Chapter 36. This pillow is rock hard, I think, rolling over. The temple on the right side of my head is sore, and I can't seem to get comfortable. A sound startles me, something like a cross between a car backfiring and a bottle rocket. I snap upright and pry my tired eyes open. "Well, so glad you decided to join us, Miss Woodward." Mrs. Medina is glaring at me. There's a book on the floor at her feet, probably the item that interrupted my slumber. "Sorry," I squeak out. My mouth is dry and there's a small puddle of drool on my desk. I quickly toss a notepad over it and tell myself I'll deal with that later. Andrew is looking at me like I've lost my mind. I do my best to straighten my back and stay awake for the rest of the class. It's going to be hard. I barely slept last night. Again. 3 distinct times I heard knocking on my door. The first time I was half asleep and thought it was Jonah, so I got up and checked. Hallway empty. Lights out. No one to be seen. The second time I knew it was Inez. I could tell from the way my skin got all prickly and the hairs on the back of my neck did their thing. There wasn't any crying or door rattling, but she was there. I could feel her. The worst part about the whole thing wasn't being afraid, it was being confused. In the beginning, I was convinced Inez wanted to terrify me, or worse, hurt me. But with each day that passes, I feel less afraid and more worried. Like the ghost I've been afraid for so long is trying to tell me something I don't understand. Is Inez trapped in my house, scared and lonely? Desperate? I crawl back into bed, having no idea, feeling more helpless than ever. "And all those factorials!" my teacher exclaims loudly, and sets her dry erase marker back on the desk. "Any questions?" Yeah, I have a ton. Why was Inez Clark's death certificate labeled Inez Briggs? Or is that some bizarre coincidence? It's still bothering me. And I haven't had a chance to research any more since Nina and Andrew left my house. I realized after the first few hands shoot up that my teacher was talking about math questions. Nope, don't have any of those. All right then, class dismissed. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Andrew is up and out of his chair before anyone else. He crosses to my desk and hovers over me. "Florida, you almost got yourself tossed out of here." "No, I didn't," I yawn out. "She didn't say anything about that." His face grows serious. "Yeah, well, be careful. Sleeping through class doesn't usually earn you a star student award, if you know what I mean." I rub my hands over my face. I can't believe I fell asleep right in the middle of a class like that. It's embarrassing. It's also not me. I know, I'm just so tired. We're supposed to meet Nina and Cass on the front steps. Want me to go ahead and tell them you need to go home and take a nap instead? In my house of horrors? I chuckle grimly. No thanks. I can stay awake, swear. I'm already walking away when my brain finally kicks in. I skid to a stop. Whoa. Did you say we're meeting Nina and Cass? Andrew frowns. I thought I could slide that past you. Didn't work. Okay, I'm sorry. He eyes me for a second, then sighs loudly. I know what you're thinking. Trust me, you don't. I mumble. I haven't slept well since I got to Chicago. My ghost mystery is still unsolved, and now this? If you know what I'm thinking, you would have ducked by now. Wow, harsh. You really do need more sleep, he says with a laugh. Look, Cass is the one who asked to hang out today. It wasn't me or Nina or Richie begging her this time. I think it's a good sign. Maybe it means whatever was bothering her is gone. That can't be true, because I'm still here, I think. My insides wilt at the thought of spending time with Cassidy. Even digging more bricks out of my disturbing old wall back home sounds more fun. Just give it a chance, please. Can't believe I'm agreeing to it, but I do. Andrew has done a lot for me since I moved here, and I owe him this. Cassidy's a jerk again. I'm done trying, for good. When we step outside, Nina is already sitting on the base of the steps. Large blue headphones cover her ears, and her nose is tucked into an e-reader of some kind. Cassidy and Richie are a few feet away, talking. I stare at the two of them, trying to decide what's different today. I don't think it's Richie's hair. That looks just as shaggy as the day I met him. My eyes travel to Cassidy. Even though her dark locks are partly hidden by a hood, I can still see their cropped edges in the blue streak. I've just started studying their clothes when I figure it out. Cassidy's smiling. Richie looks up and notices me. His lips curve up into an instant grin. Hey, Woodward, congrats! Thanks? Unless he's congratulating me on being even more confused than I was a minute ago, I'm lost. On what, though? He lifts his phone to reveal a calendar app. On surviving your first week here. Oh my gosh, she's right. I started school here in Chicago exactly a week ago. Since then, I've made new friends, inherited a ghost, lost my compass, found a music box, and decided deep dish pizza is amazing. We should totally celebrate, Richie crows. Cupcakes or ice cream? I sneak a glance at Andrew. He lifts his shoulder in a whatever you want gesture. I sigh. I can't go. Thanks, though. I have to figure out this. I stop talking. Remember, Cassidy is there. Can't discuss the ghost in front of her. This thing before I can go pig out. The thing, Richie repeats, his forehead wrinkling up. She means the ghost stuff. Cassidy jams her hands down into her jeans pocket and studies me. And seriously, Richie, why are you always talking about food? Andrew hoots. As if you don't know the answer to that already, Cass. He stopped in the cafeteria on the way here. You know, claimed he needs to keep his blood sugar up. She adds, Don't judge. Richie playfully elbows Cassidy. She laughs. I open my mouth to chime in, but nothing comes out. Something weird is happening. Cassidy is here, talking and laughing like things are normal. She hasn't rolled her eyes or stalked off or given me even one "you're a mosquito" look. I could not be more surprised if I found a unicorn in my locker. I look to Andrew for an explanation, but he just shrugs. Richie filled me in a little, Cassidy explains. I hope that's okay. Filled you in on the stuff going on in my house? I asked nervously. I'm not mad at Richie, exactly. He and Cassidy are obviously pretty tight, but something about her knowing this stuff makes me uncomfortable. Maybe it's because I still don't trust her. Yeah, she answers, fidgeting with her backpack straps, but mostly about the glass box. For a split second, my mind is blank. Glass box? Then I remember what she's talking about. Inez's grave. Richie explained what happened. It sounded like there was a thunderstorm that brought cold air off the lake, like a cold front or something. I nod. I remember how quickly the temperature dropped, my skin breaking out in goosebumps all over again. Yeah, I got super cold all of a sudden. I could see my breath when we left, Andrew adds with a shudder. It was freaky. It wasn't a ghost, Richie states. Really? Suddenly I'm very interested in what Cassie has to say, because it felt like a ghost, and the groundskeepers at the cemetery have reported the same thing happening to them for years. The statue disappearing, I mean. Cassie nods. Her eyes are twinkling with excitement. I'm sure it has happened for years, but it's not a ghost. It's science. It's the end of that chapter. So, I wonder what happened. Why is Cassie being so nice all of a sudden? And what does she mean by it's not a ghost, it's science? Tell me your thoughts.